What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, I really want to have a discussion about what is going on with Keke Palmer. And of course, Keke Palmer was with this young man by the name of Darius Jackson. And again, I've been talking about the new agenda in Black America. And this is something that you're seeing around the Western world. You're seeing women make a lot of money, which I don't have no problem with that. But now, once they make that money, what they feel is that it puts them at another level. This is a big mistake. A man would like you to have your own money, all things being equal, but there's still certain rules of engagement. What does that mean? If I'm a man, I have a lot of money. There are certain things I still need to do to have the approval of society, and in particular, women. I can't be out there sagging my pants. I can't be out there, looking crazy, looking dusty, being rude to people. There are certain things I need to still do, despite how much money I make, inside of what is considered to be upright for my gender. As a man, I need to be a provider. As a man, I need to be masculine. There's certain things I need to do within my gender specificity. It's just what has to happen. Women, when they get money, femininity tends to be derailed. And what did you call modern femininity? So then you start having ladies that want to be as competitive as men, and now they're out of their element. So they might even be in their physical prime. They may look good. But what happens is you're going to start to see a lot of these ladies turning men off. So they'll have cars, they'll have houses, they'll have things, but then they'll have the attitude, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. And so when you act like that, the men that are in their masculine, that are doing very well, they're going to ignore you. No man that has anything going for himself at that level is going to put up with a lady like that. It will never happen. So because those women in that attitude that they exhibit, they get these guys, the Darius Jacksons of the world. Now, I'm not roasting the brother. He's just in comparison to her, he's a nobody. And this is on purpose. Women have completely given up on the idea of what do you call that? When they want to get up to the scale, I forget. When they want to hypergamy, they've given up on that. They're saying, look, I can buy the kind of guy that I like, and he can give me the kind of kids that I like. And if anything happens to him, he can go. All right. Now, there's a term for this that me and Dr. Chesson Johnson's called. It was called son husbands. For those of you who didn't remember that clip, let me play it now.
Well, it was something I noticed. I actually had a brother reach out to me, and he was talking about, he was married and his wife is a six-figure earner, and he talked about her girlfriends that would come over and complain about their husbands. And as he would talk about it, one of the things he shared with me is they had to ask for an allowance from their wives just to go hang out and drink a beer. I was just kind of asking him some more questions about it. And one of the things he revealed is that this group of six-figure earning women were all exclusively married to brothers who were ex-cons. And if anything, they were unemployed and to some extent homeless when they met. You know what I mean? And so now they're kind of house husbands, which there's nothing wrong with if that's what works for your relationship. But the problem was the women were actually complaining about the fact that they didn't have an income, complaining about the fact that they weren't the men that that they've been idealizing since they were young, and yet these were the men that they chose, right? And so he was confused, and he reached out to me because he was asking me, why is this the case? And as I started to look into it, I realized it really wasn't a whole lot different than son husbands. So we talk about son husbands as boys whose biological mothers kind of have them play husband roles in their lives, play roles that are really inappropriate. And it doesn't have to get sexual, but unfortunately there are times where it does. There's sexual violation in regard to that. But for the most part, when we talk about son husbands, these are biological offspring that are asked to play emotionally laborious roles for mothers that usually are reserved for men. With husband sons, one of the things I began to notice is that you had well-to-do women who were employed, who were educated, so on and so forth, and who would use the rationale that there were no other options, and they would choose men that were intentionally in such a low position that those men could not offer much challenge. So in other words, they were in the dominant position in the relationship. these men depended on them for hearth and home, for income, for food, for everything. And if there was so much as an argument, those men would be out on the street.
Okay, so that's Dr. Siasan Johnson's definition of son husbands. This is to be able to control a man because you have the finance to do it. And if he can't deal with it, he can go. This is what has happened to Darius. All right. Now, Darius challenged how she was looking, butt all out at the Usher concert. All these women across the world have slandered this guy for trying to be a man. The problem was he don't have the financial well-being to stand up to her. So now what people are saying is Keke Palmer is back in the streets. She's out there with her friends. She's partying with her friends. And one of the friends allegedly said that I don't think they're not together. Keke doesn't put up with that kind of nonsense that he was talking about on Twitter. I think she left him. All right. Now, if she leaves him, she might be paying child support because he's the caretaker of the child. But I want to talk about this. Why is she with a man that is a caretaker of the child? I'll tell you exactly why. Because she can't get nobody else. That's why. And the plan was all together. I don't want to be submitting to no man. Do you men actually know how many women have accepted that fact? And these are the women that is, I'm not losing weight for a man. I'm not changing no attitude for a man. I'm not doing nothing to get in a relationship with a man. Nothing I'm going to do. Imagine if men said that, it'd be a big conversation. But the thing is, I'm going to get a man that fits my life. Imagine that. Women are looking for men that fit their lives. And the reason is because if you don't fit it, they get rid of you. So I want a man that will give me a baby. I want a baby, but I don't want to be me being a husband, a wife to a husband. No. I need to be a wife husband, a female husband. He needs to get along with what I need to get along with. And you're going to find this more often with women in the prime of their life. It used to be like this. Once you would see a woman gets older, then she'll start doing this. Women are doing it in their prime. It's all about girls' night out. It's all about whatever I can do. And it's just not in this generation. Look at what's going on with Beyonce's mom. Okay? Look at that. And I'm telling you guys that you need to be okay with the fact, especially in the black community. I'm not saying this is all the ladies, right? But there are a lot of ladies who have given up on being anything feminine. They're going to make every excuse in the world that it's the black man's fault. But the reality is they like their life the way it is, and they're looking for a man to be a part of their life. And as you know, you will be doing everything that they say. If they're paying the bills, if they got the money, you're going to do everything that they say. Point blank, in a hurry. That is the bottom line. And I want you to know that. And a lot of ladies need to be serious. Stop telling everybody that you can't get a black man. Stop telling everybody these men ain't nothing. Because you're obviously only looking for guys who are subservient. It's on purpose. Just say I want to be a woman who's rich. I want to control the guys with my money, with my esteem. I don't owe him no respect. Why should I respect him? He ain't doing what I'm doing. He ain't got my work ethic. It's on purpose. Because if you get with a man that has a higher level of work ethic, a higher level of standards in the business, you can't act like that. You can't. A guy who got his stuff together is going to get rid of your ass right away. Look, I'm not going to keep telling, it might not be right away, but you understand what I'm saying. You're going to have some rules of engagement. You don't have no power. When you're a young guy with a girl that makes more money, I don't care how old you are. Look, man, it's a bad idea. It's a horrible idea. Don't you ever, as long as you black. Now, watch Keke Palmer when she get, 40, 45. Let's see who's knocking on the door then. I can guarantee you not very many people are going to want to sign up for that at all. It's just the reality of it all. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.